Hello everyone, I am Shreya B. Yadav and this is our mini project titled Pick Dots developed in Unity as a part of Assignment 1. Our team consists of 4 members Lakshmi, Likita, Nisha and me. Lakshmi is responsible for scripting and player controls and Shreya worked on game design and UI. Likita handled block spawning and scoring logic and Nisha managed testing and gameplay improvements. Together we built and refined the PicDot's game development across 4 phases. This project is part of our assignment and this is a video. I will explain my game's idea, working process, Unity setup and step-by-step code explanation. My goal in this project was to create a simple yet functional 2D click and hit game where the player controls a movement object that avoids falling blocks. We have implemented the key logic of object movement, collision, detection and game restart using Unity's physics system. The concept of pick dodge is very simple. Here a player moves left or right by touching or clicking the screen. From the top blocks falls continuously. If the player's object collides with any block, the screen restarts representing a new attempt. This demonstrates Unity fundamentals such as transform and rigidity 2D, rigid body 2D components, collision detection, scene management, and object destruction. Now let me show you the gameplay demo. As you can see on the screen, the player object. Here the player object is at the bottom. Block falls on the top. When I tap on the left side of the screen, the player moves left and I click the right side, the player moves right. If a block passes below the screen, it automatically disappears. This helps maintain performance by removing unused objects. When the player touches the block, the current screen instantly restarts, allowing the games to loop infinitely. If a block passes below the screen, it automatically disappears. This helps maintain performance by removing unused objects. When the player touches a block, the current scene instantly restarts, allowing the game a loop infinitely. This makes the game simple, smooth, easy to play. It can be extended further by adding scores, levels, and in future phases. Now let me explain the Unity environment in the hierarchy window. I have created the following objects like player, block, walls, game manager, and canvas. In the player, a 2D game object with a rigid body 2D and collider 2D component. Rigid body 2D, collider 2D component. In the block, a prefab that represents the falling obstacles. The main camera to capture the entire play area. Canvas used to display the game score or UI in the future updates. In the inspector, I set the rigid body 2D for the player to dynamic. Block are also rigid body 2D so that they can fall naturally under gravity. I tag the block objects as block so they can be easily detected in collision. This forms the base structure of the Unity 2D pick dots game. Now let us see the block.cs script. Coding again. In the block.cs code, this small code continuously checks the vertical position of either falling block. If the block below goes below in the y position of -6f, meaning it's no longer visible on the screen, Unity destroys that object automatically. This keeps the scene clear and prevents unnecessarily memory usage. This concept is called object pooling or cleanup, which is essential for smooth game performance. And next player.cs script. Here in the player.cs handles player movements and collisions. If input.get button mouse of 0, when the mouse button or screen touch is pressed, the player moves. It moves to the left or a right with the move speed. Vector 3 touch pause is equal to camera dot main dot screen tau world point input dot mouse position. It detects the where side of the screen you touch. Left is move left and right is used to move right. RB dot linear velocity is equal to vector 2.0, which stops the player movement when the screen isn't being touched. And if the player hits the falling block, it restarts the current scene. If private void on collision, enter 2D. If collision.gameObject.tag is equal to block, which controls the player movement, input detection, and collision restart. GameManager.cs code. It starts the game when the player kicks for the first time, hides the tab to start text, and repeatedly call spawn block at fixed interval to keep generating blocks. Spawn post.x, which is a new block at a random exposition, increases the score each time a block appears, updates the score text on screen, and it controls the game flow, scoring, and spawning mechanisms. In short, block.cs manages individual blocks and its main function is to delete block when off screen. GameManager.cs handles game flow and their function is to spawn blocks, updates, and scores. And player.cs control the player actions and main function is to move left or right and restarts the game on the collision. Goal of pick dodge is straightforward, clicking on the moving target to score points. As you progress, the target moves faster and shrinks. We have the limit leaves, make every click counts. We created a scene and the target object. The target moves randomly across the screen within the defined bounds. When clicked, the score increases by 1 immediately. And we introduce the scalings difficulties. Once you hit certain scores, the target speed increases and its size decreases. This keeps the gameplay challenging. So how the target becomes harder to catch, the scores goes up. In future, we are like to add live systems. The player starts 3 lives, missing the target or timeouts causes loss of a life. When all lives are gone, the game displays game over and stops further input. Here, we see lives decrementing and the game ending at the future enhancements. And also we are like to add the start screen and the restart button and the clear UI elements showing scores and lives. Also adjusted background and layout for better visual clarity. Now we can start the play, close and restart cleanly. In this project, we learned the fundamental of 2D game development in Unity, including scripting, collision, detection, object spawning, and UI management. Each phase helped us understanding how to connect different Unity components to create a functional and engaging game. This project not only improves our technical skills but also enhanced our teamwork and problem solving abilities. Thank you.